Take a few seconds and look at the feedback the instructor gave to the student on a proposed Microsoft Word course outline. The issue is not whether the feedback or the grade are right or wrong. The real issue is, how will the student know what the instructor found wrong with the outline? If the student got a C- and not an F, there must be something right with the outline. But since the student didn't get an A, there must also be something wrong with the outline. The trouble is, no one can figure out what the instructor found right or wrong based on the instructor's feedback. How is a student supposed to know how to improve the performance based on this feedback? And it's a final grade, so the student wouldn't have the opportunity to incorporate any feedback, good or bad, into their next assignment. Think back to your own academic career. How many times have you gotten a paper back that said, "Nicely done" or "Good job"? It might make you feel good about your work, but did this feedback help you to improve your performance? Probably not. It turns out that there are a few simple rules to follow when providing feedback to students that will help them to improve their performance. For feedback to be effective, it must first of all be specific. Students must know precisely what they did that was right or wrong, or why it was right or wrong. Consider the following question from an introductory biology course. The student has chosen E, which the instructor has marked as incorrect. But because no feedback was provided by the instructor, it is unlikely the student will be able to correct their thinking. In this next example, the instructor has provided specific feedback to help the student correct their thinking. The more practice exercise the instructor can provide with specific feedback, the better. And of course, it's always better to provide feedback as soon as possible. Let's review the points of giving feedback. The feedback must be specific, indicating precisely what the student is doing right and what they're doing wrong. The feedback must be as soon as possible after the student has completed the assignment. And finally, effective feedback requires that it be given often. Waiting until midterm to assess and give feedback for the first time will be ineffective. Looking back at the original example, the instructor has now provided specific feedback about the student's Microsoft Excel outline. The feedback states specifically what the student did right and what the student did wrong. This will allow the student to incorporate the instructor's feedback into the next assignment.